Welcome back to another episode of We Chillin Podcast. Your boy Mel, John G,
What's up, y'all?
and Dink. And I got my pops with me, Pastor Dinkins. He gonna sit in with us for a little while.
Need to see what's going on.
I mean, we be wild on here. This gonna be a more civilized episode.
Come on.
So, all right. So we gonna get started. We're not gonna go straight up politics, but
we can go straight in.
We're not going straight in, but we hit on this topic earlier today, so I just wanted to get your thoughts on it on camera. Is kneeling during the national anthem an appropriate form of protest?
Appropriate?
Appropriate.
I think it is. I mean, it's, whatever you respect, your choice of approaching that should be appropriate. Now, if there is standards that's required for a particular event or ceremony, or a posture that's expected for that ceremony, and you are there to protest that particular thing, then I think kneeling is probably the best way to express your protest. In a way that also does not dishonor anyone. Because I think when it comes to protesting, you're not trying to dishonor somebody else's view. You're just trying to establish your own view. So I think that's what happens with people who protest, not the ones who protest, but the ones you may be protesting against. His issue is because most people, when they put something together, they want you to agree with what they're doing. And if you disagree, and so your way of disagreeing is kneeling, rather they're asking you to stand and you kneel, I think it's a respectful way to protest.
Right. It's almost like saying, even though I don't agree, I ain't gonna be out there acting crazy about it.
Right.
I feel like, and that's humbling. That's like to kneel is humble.
Yes.
You have to kind of humble yourself and submit and be like, okay, even though I don't agree, I'm gonna do it in a respectful way.
And not only that, I rather that kind of protest you see on TV a lot with all the violence and all of that.
Right.
Yeah, the violent protest
It's a very submissive way to express your disapproval of whatever may be going on.
And that's why we live in the United States.
I think it's a way to honor. I think it's the way to honor someone else's view.
Yeah.
In a way that you can express your disagreement with that particular matter. To kneel, I think, is a very submissive way to do it. I don't know why people, that bother people, especially when it relates to the typical military practice in some cases, where, for example, when you do the Pledge of Allegiance, most times people put their hand on their heart, or they would salute in a particular way. Someone protesting whatever that ceremony is about, and use, for example, the national anthem, and you bow, I think you're honoring, you're expressing your disapproval in an honorary way by bowing. When you kneel.
Right. I think kneeling.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think kneeling looks better than just sitting. Like
because at first that's what football players was doing. They just wasn't standing up.
Right.
Yeah.
And so to kneel, it looks better to say, hey, I'm willing to take a knee.
Yeah.
Even though I don't agree with it, I'll take a knee and just.
And plus, we live in the United States. People can do what they want to do anyway.
Right. Because the people who, I gotta watch how I say this. I feel the people who are upset at the kneeling is why we are kneeling. Do that make sense?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But the thing that I think that causes the frustration and the back and forth in most cases is, especially as it relates to these sensitive matters when it comes to the United States in particular, you have a class of people that feel like this country is one way, and then you have another class of people that feel that the United States is this way, right? So, in examples where people have nailed in, for example, in the national anthem, is their way of saying how you view this country is not our experience in a particular matter, and so therefore I don't dishonor this country, but I dishonor your approach to this country, even though your approach to this country may be honorable to you, but its effect on me, I'm talking about the person who kneels, is not what is being represented here. So therefore, in my way of honoring the country and not disrespecting the country as a whole, but dishonoring your views concerning how I see it, I kneel. Without being disrespectful to the country.
That's what I'm saying. Like that.
In other words, you can kneel. You can excuse me, sorry. You can kneel without dishonoring, for example, the flag, right, which represents the United States in particular. I can't speak for other countries. I'm just talking about the United States and our experience here. So if you kneel, I think you can kneel in a respectful way that does not dishonor the country, but dishonor views that this country has had concerning certain viewpoints of how we ought to approach the United States. And I have to talk about the United States because they're the only country I know.
Right.
So that's my only experience, and therefore I gotta speak it in a way that makes sense to my experience. So that would be my opinion on the kneeling.
Man,
so.
it looks more like I said. It looks
more unified.
Right. It looks more
right.
uniform. Like,
yeah.
And it doesn't look like
It looks presentable.
Like I said, like in order to kneel, just like when you get ready to propose to somebody, they want you to kneel because it's a sign of humbleness.
Yeah.
Like
Kneel before God too.
You're kneeling.
Absolutely.
And so to do that, even though you may not agree with what's going on, you're doing it in a humble act of, okay, let me take a knee. I'm not sitting, I'm not standing, but I'm still in an upright position to where I'm in a position to kneel.
And I'm gonna ask this question, and I know it don't matter what form of that we use, because it'll always be a problem because they just don't want us to protest at all, right? But what other forms of protesting could we have displayed?
Well, see, that's a good point, because what you're addressing is.
Well, because I already know it don't matter what we do or what we did, they would have had a problem because they don't want us to protest.
Right, but that's why
I'm just saying, what
is an appropriate way to do it?
What do you assume that would have been okay?
Well, but you have to answer this question first. Why can't we, whether you kneel, whether you stand, in other words, I can disagree with you and still stand up and do this. I can still disagree, right? And you and I will know. Now, for example, let's say you disagree with my kneeling. So I said, well, I ain't going to kneel. I'm going to stand. I'm going to put my hand out there. But you be it known that I disagree with you, right? Let's just say we agree with that, right? You still going to have an issue with me.
Right.
It's just not public. It's just not being noticed by anybody else. So my question to people who have the issue with the kneeling, for example, what it's really about is, what is your issue with me, my viewpoint.
Right. I mean,
so that's really what it comes to me. That's what it really comes down to, is what is your issue with my viewpoint? Because if you don't have a problem with my viewpoint, you don't care whether I kneel, stand, or stand on my hands.
Right.
You don't care what I do. Because there's some people that don't do this, they don't do this, they don't do nothing. They just stand there.
That's
right. They just stand there. So is that a form of protest?
Yeah.
Right?
I stand and I put my hands behind my back.
I think what it is people want to be able to control in every narrative
Right.
that you do.
That's why I say it
Right.
don't matter
Like you
what
said,
we
what-
do.
It doesn't matter what you do.
But I was
You know
just
what
like,
I'm saying?
is
The underlying issue is our two issues, what we disagree on. That's the matter that need to be dealt with, not whether I kneel or stand, right? Because I can stand there and salute and still have an issue with you. I can stand there like this and still have an issue with you. So whether I kneel or not is not really addressing the issue necessarily. Why I think we do kneel is to make it known that I have an issue. Right? Now we know even before we start the national anthem, for example. I'm just using the national anthem for example. Before we start the national anthem, we know we have an issue. There is an issue, and that, for example, when I don't want to bring up a name, but when someone kneels, when a person kneels and then you see them kneel to go, you're not a patriot, right? How do you know? Maybe I was tying my shoe. So
during
why?
the national anthem though.
I'm just saying. Maybe I kneeled because let's say I'm standing there one day and it's 90 degrees outside.
Oh yeah.
Right? And so I'm standing there.
Say less. 90
and
degrees outside.
It's 90 degrees outside.
Yeah,
That can happen. That's what I'm saying. That can happen. So let's say I'm standing there and all of a sudden I feel like I'm gonna pass out. So I take a knee.
Mm-hmm.
Am I being disrespectful?
Nah.
Okay, so the problem is not the knee.
You are being disrespectful. You should have fallen on your back for this country.
Right. So the problem is not the knee. It's our issue. I don't know why this brother knelt down. But I'll take an offense to it because
it ain't my business anyway. Cause
right. If you want to kneel, let him kneel. But why you have an issue? My point is why you have an issue. The reason we have issues in this country is because we have two different viewpoints about how we ought to address this country. That's the issue that needs to be dealt with. And if I kneel, what I'm saying is I have an issue with this country and it's being, if you can say politicized or publicized, and because a lot of times we don't want to deal with the issue.
But is it really?
So don't kneel because now everybody's gonna know we got an issue. We knew that before we came here to this event.
Really, the freedom of speech. Like, if we're supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave, why is it that he can't express his feelings toward? Okay, you know what? I don't agree with that. I'm a kneel. Why is it that you gotta control the fact is that
same thing where
I gotta
the
control
First
the fact
Amendment,
is that
right?
I gotta control the fact is that I
So-
gotta control the fact is that you kneeling, we want to control that too.
Right.
Because we don't want you to kneel, we want you to actually stand up. But how could it be to the point of, okay, yeah, you get the freedom of expression, come on, yeah. Like you said, the First Amendment,
Yeah.
freedom of expression and freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And so how can you?
So who's really being disrespectful?
Right.
When you ask that question that way.
So how-
the way you said
When you
that.
think about it, both sides are being disrespectful.
What are they though?
But
If-
how-
if
if
I-
No, it's not.
That's
if
how
my
you
wife,
feel?
if my wife comes to me with an issue, and I get mad at her, who's the disrespect? Who's being disrespectful?
You.
I am. In other words, she can't address her issue with me. So if I address my issue with the country, with the country, why is the country mad?
Right, because I'm just telling you that I don't.
I'm just saying I don't agree. So instead of us saying okay, so
Right. It ain't like we ran up in the
yeah, and
what's it called? No, where the people ran up in there? Because of the president.
Into the State House.
Yeah.
Capitol.
Into
Right.
the Capitol. Yeah,
That was how they protest.
Yeah.
We didn't do that. And I'm saying we as
now
the
that's
blacks,
disrespectful.
we as the blacks, we didn't do that.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
And
That's
if that was blacks, there it'd been a whole different storytelling.
Yeah, we'd be having another conversation right now.
Right. But see, and that's the thing. It's like, look at how we chose to protest,
Right.
and we got issues with that.
Yeah.
Look at how they chose to protest,
Yeah.
and we had issues with that too because a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
had
them
issues.
still ain't in jail.
Right. True. So if you compare the two approaches, how can someone kneel? Watch this. How can someone kneel at a football game, a basketball game, whatever the case may be, and he is now, unpatriotic,
Right.
He just
got
kneeled. He just
blackballed.
kneeled. He got
Hold-
blackballed. He just kneeled.
Right.
Someone broke into the State House, and he's a patriot.
Right.
Make that make sense to me,
It ain't gonna make sense.
right? So it goes back to the underlying issue with the two viewpoints about this country, right? And what we got to do is we got to deal with the underlying issue. The problem is we don't want to deal with it, which means I don't want to see it. So if I kneel, I'm showing you the issue with the country.
Right.
I'm showing it to you. That there's
Because
an
it
issue.
was as long as it was a secret, they was okay. But
Good.
because we don't want to see it.
We don't want to see it. So
Right.
when you kneel, you're showing it. Now it's not like they don't know. Listen.
But what if you would have just stood up and be standing there and be like moving around
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, I ain't gonna kneel.
Hands
I
in your
ain't-
pocket,
I'm
rocking back
black.
and forth. Yeah.
Jim Crow was a real thing. I'll tell you another thing that was a real thing. Black water fountains, white water fountains. That was a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Which means black people could not drink from the white water fountains. And the white people would not drink from the black water fountains. Okay? So there's a divide right there.
Right.
That's a real thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're in a place now where it wants to be whitewashed and say it never happened.
Mm.
I'm 61 years old. I've seen it myself in my lifetime.
Oh,
So it wasn't that long ago.
I've
seen a white, yes.
Mm.
It wasn't that long ago.
I don't even know why I ain't never asked you that.
I've seen it. I've seen my.
Probably high school
I've
was
seen-
just just getting into it, like
The segregation.
Yeah,
segregation was just ending, and probably when he first got into high school.
Well,
Like,
well,
right
before
before
that,
that, but
before that, when I was a kid,
probably elementary school, it was like, y'all, like
There was-
even
there was some
something like
in the
had different high
in the
schools
mid in the mid '60s, there was still some stuff going on.
right.
Jim Crow laws and stuff like that was still in effect. So
Yeah,
it's
especially here in the South. Yeah.
especially here in the South. So we can't act like that didn't happen.
Mm.
You know, so our experience about what that is, and I'm not talking about me in particular because I was never personally, attacked or anything, or,
Mhm.
that kind of thing, because by the time I got of age, my first set of brothers and sisters was much older than me.
Mhm.
But they probably felt the bulk of that.
Well, yeah, they did.
They felt the bulk of that.
They
and
did.
So
They did.
it kinda messed
I got
them
brothers.
up.
I got brothers that fought in the Vietnam War. My dad was in World War II. So
Mm. Yep, that's right.
there's some experiences there that I've
kinda
heard about
probably
and
left
talked
some
about that
scars
was
on
in
you.
my ear.
And they-
Not only just by my dad, but by my grandfather used to talk about
but left
and
some
share
scars,
stories about what
on
happened
their
to him
brain.
in particular.
left some scars on their brain. That's kind of
Right.
how they really thought.
Right. So our experience has been some of the stuff that's going on. So now the idea that we can't even kneel to say we disagree is I don't we there's nothing wrong with having a conversation.
Yeah.
And when we don't want to have a conversation, what we're saying is I'm not ready to acknowledge my part in a particular matter.
Mm. Deep.
That's my viewpoint on
Deep. All right, we're gonna move on to something light.
Can we take a turn and get some keys out?
Yeah, we're gonna.
That was
Let's get some. Let's
that.
get
That was tight. I'm sorry.
No,
that's needed. That was
needed.
needed.
That's
That was
exactly
needed.
why I wanted
That
you
was
on
needed.
here,
Yeah.
right? Because we can key all day, right? But when it's time to be serious,
Yeah, you gotta buckle down.
we need to be serious, and having you on here that gives us a chance to be serious is what's needed.
All right, y'all follow, hit the subscribe button. Now.
Hey, listen,
Right.
you ain't doing nothing. Watch the video, hit the like button, subscribe.
This
I got one for you.
this podcast is for people who can be serious at times when it's time to be serious.
Right,
Facts.
like Charles say, put your teeth in.
No, not Trail.
Aunt Dean say, put your teeth in. All right, here we go. Is it better to have a magical wand or a time traveling machine? We're gonna start at that end. Come on, Trey. And magical wand or time traveling machine?
Magical wand.
And why?
Because time, one thing about time, going back into time, I feel like everything
I'm about to get
of
your
who I
minds.
am to this day, not to sound so deep, who I
Yeah,
am
you
today
making it deep.
made me who I am today. So going back, I probably would have been too perfect, and then I would have not been good how I am today. And so I would have made, like, try to cross every I and cross every T and dot every I if I had a time.
Trill, let the preacher answer. Just relax.
Right,
And
just come on, man.
Magical wand.
That is kind of deep. Now that's
I can make some things happen.
Come on.
But yeah, that's why I said
No, go
magical
ahead.
wand.
Look, it's your space. It's your space.
Magical
Go ahead.
wand, I can make some things happen right now. I ain't trying to make things happen back in the day because I would have been trying to navigate. Let me do this right because I know that I can fix it going to this way. And then I wouldn't have made no mistakes. And then I would have been. What's the need for
For us, those that got the one answer, Trill taking it all the way.
Mhm.
But
you had to do. You
subscribe,
had to do
like, watch. Go get your grandma. She watch it too.
I'm kind of, you know, there's a them are two only choices.
That's it.
Because I'm at a cross for both of them. Because Aunt D made a good point. Because to be able to have the answers for something, like going back in time and you can see as a kid what you did. If you map your life, you might do some things different. You might do some things different, but how much substance would you get from it? How much substance would you get from it
Right.
if you knew the answers to things? You know, some people want to know the answer, like y'all were talking in a segment, talking about homework and its benefit or not benefit.
Mhm.
Go back and watch that video.
How much?
Yeah, right.
Speaking of that,
You ain't doing nothing. Like the video. Subscribe.
So
Get your finger out your nose.
But so I don't know. I you know I'm mixed. I'm mixed.
controversial issues.
There's a benefit if you approach. Let me say it this. Can I say it like this?
Go ahead.
If you go back in time, if you can go back in time, there is some benefits to it. If you take the lessons from those experiences and then bring them back to now and use them as benefits.
I ain't
I'm
doing no.
gonna
What
be-
y'all do
I'm
some
gonna
fun
be-
stuff.
I'm gonna be a rich Negro if I go back in time.
I'm
telling
telling
what I'm saying.
So you getting the time
Yes.
machine?
Oh, yes.
You get the
So,
time
so
machine.
Trey, you said what?
He
Wand
said
or
magic
magic
wand.
wand?
What you gonna do with it?
Listen, I can do some things right now with it. If I go back and fix it, what's the need of going back to fix it and then now leading up to today, I ain't made no mistakes and just going back and fix everything.
Well, no,
And now
actually,
you just perfect is what you saying?
Right, I'm just
well, no,
too
But
perfect.
what if
But
but you limiting yourself with the time machine to going back in the past. It's a time machine. You can go forward too.
well, now let's just say he
You
go
limited
back.
yourself with the
Because here's
wand.
what happens. Here's what happened if you go
I'm
back.
about to get y'all with my answer. That's what I want all y'all to.
Okay, catch this though. You go back in time, you learn a thing about yourself. That thing you learn changes your now future.
Right.
Correct.
Right? So if you change the right thing, it can affect you and you don't need a time machine. I mean, you don't need a magic wand. Right? Because you done change it and fix all of this stuff. Because you could probably go back to a point that actually changed your life to make now different with the time machine.
But with that, no, I'm gonna let y'all have it.
Okay.
Okay. So So Trust said magic wand. What you say? All of that, and they ain't even got no answer.
No, I'm just saying. That's what I started with saying. There's a mixture between the two because, as opposed to a time machine, you can use a magic wand right now and correct things right now. You don't have to go back to the past.
Right.
Okay.
So that's why I said I'm there's a mixture. you know.
So magic wand.
I'm going time machine.
Time machine. Why?
I'm not about to get deep like some people that take it.
Because we already had
this
two
is a
deep
podcast,
answers, man.
This
Come
podcast
on.
where people say, I'm not going to get deep, but really they about to be.
They're about to be
Deep,
real
deep.
deep. Exactly.
Now, I'll change the things within my life. I'll be rich. That's all I gotta say.
But you can use the magic wand for that.
Can I step back in? Can I step back
hold
in?
on. Let me go. Let me
all
go.
right, you go,
Let me
you
go. And then we can bounce back.
Okay.
Magic wand. Because with the magic wand, I can get me a time machine. And now I got both, nigga.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Come on.
This guy.
That's cheating, though.
I ain't lying.
That ain't cheating. That ain't cheating. No.
That's cheating.
Next
Because
question.
you said
Next
magic
question.
wand or
A time machine.
Right. magic wand. And if I need a time machine, I got access to one with my
Good
magic
answer.
wand.
Good answer. Good answer.
What's up there, Steve? What's up there, Steve?
No, that's a big red X.
That's a big
The last X at that.
No, Trev.
Other team gets
Come on, Steve. It's up there,
Yeah,
Steve.
Steve.
Well, okay, so what you was gonna say?
What I was gonna say is, and this will sound deep.
Oh, see?
Here we go. Pull your chest up.
Look,
Go have a seat.
I'm-
You got your popcorn?
I'm 60 years old. I'm not a jokester. Okay. My own personal experience. Can I say that?
Go ahead.
All right. My own personal experience. Pastoring a church. I don't know if this is good for a podcast or not, but I'm gonna
Speak your truth.
I'm gonna let it go.
Speak your truth.
I'm gonna speak it. All right.
Good
Pastoring a church.
Great pastor. If you don't got nowhere to go to church, Revelation Sanctuary. Come on, man.
Okay.
Stop
Okay.
fighting.
Shout out.
Come on, man.
RSC.
And if you ain't doing nothing now,
Something
watch the
South-
video.
something South Carolina.
I done told y'all. Like the
Sunday
video.
school. Meet Sunday school in the morning, 10 o'clock.
Like and subscribe.
Meet us there.
Continuously.
If you're interested, send us a shout out. We'll tell you where it is.
Yeah.
All right. So
Comment down
so,
in the comments.
So watch this. Went through a period at a church, had some struggles, had to move. Sought God about why it happened, why the struggles, and that's what we was talking about by going back in time and changing some things.
Mm-hmm.
If I could go back in time and
Time out.
change it,
Time
go
out.
ahead. Go ahead.
So you saying, because I remember, I was there for the switch.
Yeah. Okay.
You saying that you wouldn't have did that?
I'm saying, without that experience of trouble,
All right.
this gonna help somebody out there who's listening to this.
Get
Without the
Get your
experience of
back
the trouble, you won't be. For example, he said time machine. Watch this. If he go back, get rich, what kind of man would he be today?
That's what I'm saying.
A filthy rich one.
A filthy rich, egotistical,
Not just a filthy rich one. You'll probably be a dumb rich person.
a dumb,
A dumb
now.
Okay,
dumb
okay,
rich,
okay. Okay, so
egotistical, unappreciative.
Right.
if that's where you're going with it, then okay.
There would have been no trouble.
Because no
Nothing to
trouble,
go through.
trouble helps you. Trouble helps you to be able to appreciate the good things that happen to your life. So now, here I am, with all that trouble we went through, felt like we were in a wilderness.
Facts.
Never got from God saying, this is why it happened, do this, do this, do this. I just had to trust God. Can I preach?
Go ahead.
I just, okay.
Listen, don't
I
let
had
me
to
find out
trust-
that y'all been using this as y'all servant either.
I had to trust God with every stage that we went through, and each one had its own challenges, which taught me how to appreciate God's blessing. Then when God blessed us with this building, and what I was hoping God would do is help us keep that building, which if he had allowed us to keep that building, we would not be in the building where we are now, because we'd be back there paying a mortgage, and at this building we have no mortgage.
So you would have with it, that being, let me say it.
So if I'd have went,
Let me
if I
find
could
out.
go back in time, if I'd have went back in time prior to this building to fix that, that's where we would be.
Because going back in time to try to fix,
To try to fix.
you probably wouldn't have fixed anything.
And try
Absolutely.
to fix something God didn't want you to fix.
Absolutely. God's will for me is to have what we have. And I am certainly more appreciative of it.
What is for you is for you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
your message
Lord
is
ain't gonna
called-
deliver
So
your
if you're
mail.
going through some trouble, if you're going through some trials, trust God. He's got a plan for you. I don't
And
know.
the name of this
I don't
message
know
is
if that
called-
was the point of this podcast, but if I'm here, that's my message. Trust God. with
None of the message is called
Listen.
choose a magic wand, not a time machine.
Exactly. Moral of the story.
Magic
look,
wand.
we
We
might
might have your topic tomorrow. If you are
Here's what I was saying. You don't need a magic wand and you don't need a time machine.
That ain't the point of the podcast.
Oh, I know.
You
I know. I'm just
the
saying.
magic wand.
That's why I was saying.
He not coming back, okay? No, look, I wasn't sure how it was gonna be because I know we have deep conversations and you always get deep, but I appreciate you agreeing to sit down with us.
Absolutely.
So at the end of every episode, we play this game called Would You Rather.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do a couple of questions,
Okay.
right? And we're gonna answer. First question: would you rather have lips made of teeth or teeth made of lips?
Give me lips made of teeth.
Wow, goodness, you want to
Yeah, give me lips made of teeth.
Lips.
Yeah, I don't want no teeth. I don't want no teeth made of lips.
Yeah, because now you
You
can't.
can't eat no chicken. You can't
What you
eat
gonna
no
do with
good.
what you gonna do with a tooth made of
Why
lips?
you need two sets
What
of
you gonna
teeth?
do with a tooth that's made of lips?
Right. You need two sets of teeth? Goodness.
Because I do not want no teeth made of lips.
You ever see somebody try to eat something with no teeth?
Oh, let me tell you,
Yes,
funniest
I-
thing.
Jesus.
Put your teeth in.
Matter of fact, Grandma, your teeth is on the dresser over there.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Generator. Would
Oh, so you gonna go with that one?
Would you rather kiss a random stranger on the mouth or use a family member's toothbrush?
I'll use my family toothbrush.
For
I don't
sure.
care.
Yeah.
I'll use
Yeah.
know.
For
Yeah,
sure.
because when there's a
Because
will,
you can't be kissing
when there's a will, there's a will.
A random stranger?
So I gotta go out there and find somebody.
You know, it's been told that a dog has a cleaner mouth than a human.
No, because dog lick their butt.
Right.
Yep, no.
But their teeth,
you know,
though, they.
But you know that the saliva. You know how dogs kind of keep their tongue out.
Hmm?
That it's been said. I don't know the science. of it.
Listen, I'm not going to
I'm
prove
just
that.
saying that yeah, because I can't prove it myself. But I'm just saying that practice of them kind of slaving all the time
Mm.
actually keeps the germs out of their mouth.
Shout out to all the veterinarians out there.
Hey, if you're a veterinarian, comment down below, man. We want to tell me if it's true or not.
Bring some
And I don't need
people,
nobody playing in my comments, man.
You
Show
ain't
me
no
your
veterinarian,
credentials.
Yeah.
I need the credentials, and if
We
you're
got-
true,
Yeah, we don't
We
need
ain't talking about
we
no
don't
dirt
need
road.
don't, because I can Google it myself.
Yeah,
I don't want
we-
no Googleables in here.
Yeah, we don't need no backyard veterinarian.
I ain't talking Leroy and them that dog leg
Listen,
broke. They
FYI.
think the dog leg is good.
FYI, use your family toothbrush because if you kiss a stranger in the mouth, don't tell them what you might do next.
Yeah.
That's
so-
facts.
Yeah.
If you agree to do that, you'll agree to do anything.
Oh, that's a.
Because using your family toothbrush
So wait, can I ask a
ain't that
question?
bad.
Can I ask a
You
question?
got a question?
Because
Okay.
I was-
What's worse than kissing a stranger on the mouth?
What's worse than that? It's a lot of things worse than that, bro. It's a lot of things worse than that.
Because you said kiss a stranger on the mouth
Means you'll do anything.
or use the wrong toothbrush.
Or
No,
no,
use
use
your
a family
family
member's
member's
Because listen, if
That
I
ain't
go-
good either.
Say we go someplace.
I'd rather use my daughter toothbrush
Right.
than to
Me
kiss
too.
a random stranger in the mouth.
Right.
Would you use Vaugh's toothbrush?
No.
But I'll use my wife's toothbrush. I will use if we go.
You know
someplace-
what? If I got white teeth, which means that toothbrush be getting used, which means
Ain't that many germs.
next question.
I'm about to say,
No.
yeah, go with that. Go with that.
Next
motherfucker.
question.
Which means he used it a
Next
lot,
question.
which means I don't want to use it.
Would you
But
rather?
I'm not gonna
That
kiss a
means his
stranger.
toothbrush got a lot of miles on it.
Fact, that thing bent. You
Like
hear
in
me?
2007, use Honda.
That thing bent. Would you rather never have to sleep or never have to go to the bathroom?
Never have to go to the bathroom because I listen. Sleep is vital.
Yes, it
For all
is.
you kids out there who got to go to nap time, listen.
When you say have to go to the bathroom, what do you mean? Like,
And that's what I'm saying. It
Are
don't
you
go into
eating?
details, so it's
are you eating?
you still gotta
stocked
eat.
up.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
that means your booty
So if you get,
sold
so
up.
if you get that feeling, you
can't
just,
go.
Oh,
That means your breath stink,
yeah.
which means you might as well use
You might as well kiss
your
the stranger in the
family.
mouth
You
too.
might as well use your family member's
Yeah.
toothbrush.
I'll kiss that stranger in the mouth at that point.
Yeah, you might as well kiss the stranger in the mouth.
Oh,
No, what's the question?
I
again?
never. I said
Would,
sleep.
would you rather never have to sleep or never have to go to the bathroom? I gotta go to the bathroom.
I got to use the bathroom too. That's,
I can't-
that's
But you
my
gotta
attitude.
sleep though. You gotta.
You
sleep.
also gotta sleep, but that's the thing. It don't say.
Just said
It don't go into
never
details
have
of-
to sleep.
It don't go into details about the bathroom situation. So like,
yeah, but there's yeah.
like is my butt sewed up, and
So
I
when you
gotta
s-
go, but I can't go.
Okay, now when you say never have to go to the bathroom, are you implying that there's no need to go to the
Right.
bathroom because your bodies don't know what to do with the bile that's in us? The
Well, I'm
waste
on
that's
this.
in
I'm
us?
on this website that just generates random questions, so it don't really give
Get
me.
into details.
It don't tell me no
Okay.
details.
Because
When you
if
say,
I
but when
don't-
it, when it, even in this, even in the questioning, it says never have to go to the bathroom or never go to the bathroom. There's a difference. I know what it's saying. I'm just
Never
saying.
have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, which means you don't have to go.
So
That's
my,
what I said. I'd
So
rather-
if you
my
don't have to
stomach ain't
go-
gonna be bubbling.
No, that's what I'm asking. So if you don't have to go, that means your body's doing something else with the with the waste.
Right. That means you don't have to.
There's another
have to
system that and we're implicating that now. I'm not.
Okay, then I can
It's
do
speculating on that.
Right, it's definitely
Because I need
speculation.
my
Speculation.
sleep. It's nothing worse than
All
being
right.
sleep deprived.
Final question.
This about to sound.
Would you rather live in luxury in a town you don't like, or in a shack in a town you love?
I'd rather stay in a shack in a town I love.
That's why you ain't never left something.
I'll go back to the first question now.
Would you rather live in a luxury town you don't like, or in a shack in a town you love?
Describe the shack.
See, you be going too deep.
No, I'm just saying. I would probably pick.
I mean, what's the definition of a shack?
Right.
I mean, I'm sure
I
it's got,
know,
it's got a
all we
stove.
saying
It's
is
probably
just less than the mansion.
right. 4 walls. You got a bed, a stove, and a bathroom.
Because a shack to some people can mean it could be not a big,
But I would
not a
be
2-story house.
That's
it could
my
be a
point.
house on all that.
That's my
Yeah,
point.
so
Well, I know.
I'll take the shack in
Yeah.
town I love.
Yeah, me too.
So,
I'd rather be someplace.
'cause I don't want to be no luxury town.
And you
What
don't
I
have to
would
be there?
consider,
I'll be miserable.
well, my definition of a shack is something that's unlivable. That's my
Right.
definition of a shack.
But you love the town.
But I love the town. But you can't live in something that's unlivable.
But you love the town.
But I love the town. But you can't live in something that's unlivable.
So you
But
saying that
I can live in a town where
town that you don't like?
that I don't like, because I can learn to like it. But you can't learn to live in something that's unlivable.
I'd rather be
That's why you
someplace.
can't bring the preachers on the podcast.
That was extremely.
I mean, y'all invited me. I accept the engagement because I had some thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you can express those thoughts since we wrapping up.
Okay.
Anything that you want to ask, talk about, while we wrap up.
You want the comical side or something deep?
Be yourself.
Okay. I have a concern with this generation. Is why we can't do something like this and have two different viewpoints. Serious, be able to talk serious
Mm-hmm.
without someone getting offended, and or joke and have fun
Without
without somebody getting offended.
Right.
This generation has created this environment where you can't do either.
Because everybody
can't.
want to prove that they macho. Everybody
Right.
want to prove that I ain't no pushover, I ain't no punk, so you ain't about to talk to me any kind of way.
I got it like this.
Right.
But that's why we here. It's just a podcast with my friends.
Right.
We here to laugh, talk, joke, have fun. We can be serious. And I'm sure at some point somebody gonna be on here crying. It's
And-
probably gonna be me. But we here and we gonna give you the real. We gonna give you the truth. Forever and always.
My
143.
point is, have fun, enjoy your life.
Right.
Don't be so serious that if someone brings up a serious matter, you have to get all in your emotions where you can't have serious dialogue without being offended. And on the other hand, you want to have fun, but if someone says something that's funny and others laugh, you can't handle that either.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like being on the side where I'm the one joking,
Mm-hmm.
but as soon as the joke comes to me, I can't
You
handle
can
it.
dish it, but you can't take it. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my issue with this generation.
Right.
And my prayer the day right before I came here today, I prayed. I said, God, allow this podcast to touch somebody and allow them to see you through this podcast who never seen you any other way.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. That's good. That's good.
And he about to cry. Nope. I have to listen. I just said I thought I was gonna get him, but I guess I didn't.
Listen, and I ain't no punk.
And he ain't, because guess what? He got a million ends that's got his back. And you know what I meant when I say that. But yo, thanks for tuning in. It's been another episode of the We Chillin' podcast. We're gonna be back.
Love
Y'all
to get
stay
your
safe.
thoughts. John G out. Pastor T.
Listen. Plus retarded.
Hey, that might be good. That might be
Listen.
good to do stuff like that.
We'll see y'all at Sunday.